The Great Reset. Megacompanies are quietly and deceitfully adding insects, bugs that is, to our foods. Tens of millions of Americans are beginning to finally wake up to the fact that the mainstream media is attempting to normalize bug eating as part of WF's Great Reset agenda. And I've posted on my Patreon channel the fact that John Podesta is in charge of the Great Reset for the Biden administration now. Convincing the masses to eat worms, crickets, and other bugs has gone from an obscure conspiracy theory to an official project in recent months. But for those who have been paying attention, this push has not happened overnight. Over time, numerous mainstream media outlets have devoted their resources to brainwashing masses into accepting and believing eating insects is good for your health and the planet. All News Pipeline reports the New York Post, for example, recently shared a puff piece for worm burgers, quote unquote, arguing that their composition could lead to a solution for world hunger. The article cites South Korean scientists who have cooked mealworms or beetle larvae along with sugar to create meat, then aimed to normalize this procedure by assuring readers that the protein alternative tastes authentic. Authentic to what? I don't know. Anyway, I have not really had any Korean food, so especially with insects. Now, Dr. Hee Cho, who is the project leader for Wonggwan University, said the following about this new glorified progressive trend, quote, "Recently, eating insects has become of interest because of the increasing cost of animal protein, as well as the associated environmental issues." Cho added, "Insects are a nutritious and healthy food source with high amount of fatty acids, vitamins, minerals, fiber, and high quality protein, which is like that of meat." Critics have speculated that this normalization of bugs as food is a tactic for combating the rise in cost of goods and our emerging energy crisis, all under the guise of health and environmental reasons. Moreover, the same critics argue that those pushing this new normal will start with something like grasshoppers, since chapulines are typical in parts of Asia, South America, and even Mexico. Then they will move towards normalizing the far more out there alternatives like cockroach milk. Celebrities like Robert Downey Jr., Nicole Kidman, and Kim Kardashian have joined in on the bug train as well, convincing their heavily liberal audiences of the benefits of these protein alternatives, while selling the idea that the change is not monumental for combating the rise in cost of goods and our emerging energy crisis, all under the guise of health and environmental reasons. Americans who do not want to eat insects have become increasingly skeptical of the whole initiative, especially after learning that snack foods are now being made with insects, often without consumer knowledge, as a primary ingredient. For example, a Canadian food brand called Actually Foods lists organic cricket flour as one of its ingredients, and Canada also recently announced that it has completed its construction of the world's largest cricket producing facility. Big companies like PBS America have hosted various events about the health benefits crickets provide, along with how eating bugs instead of meat can help our warming planet. So while mainstream outlets and celebrities continue to push for the normalization of insect eating, they simultaneously smear their critics as conspiracy theorists who are missing the point and overshadowing the benefits of the trendy alternatives. All this while the same people who toot the claim, "You will own nothing and be happy," quote unquote, that is the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab's, want us to consume insects for so-called environmental reason. Now pay attention to how insects are injected into a normal American diet in the coming months as more stories like the worm burgers and cricket flour come to light. Mainstream media wants to make this transition feel gradual, but luckily more and more consumers are beginning to open their eyes to the ulterior motives at the core of this movement. This is by Sean Nuttall of Dubai News Punch. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.